What's up guys, Kyle here, and today we have the review of the Nexus 5X from Google here today. And we're going to be doing this in the pros and cons fashion, just like we did the Moto X Pure. So let's get started. Alright, so let's start off with aesthetics. This phone looks exactly like the Nexus 5 of 2 years ago. Down to who it's made by, the Nexus branding right here, the soft touch black plastic on the back, and you know, the front everywhere just screams Nexus 5. And that's kind of the problem with this phone. It's supposed to be the new Nexus 5 from 2 years ago. But the problem is the Nexus 5 from 2 years ago had bleeding edge, you know, everything. It was blazing fast. Hardware was top notch at the time. The Snapdragon 800, you know, 2 gigs of RAM. But if this is claiming to be that Nexus 5 just new, I don't think you're going to please many people with the Snapdragon 808 or the same 2 gigs of RAM. Yes, the camera's good, but it's just not the Nexus 5 of 2 years ago. That's more the Nexus 6P. This phone's always on display is the worst of both worlds. The display only turns on when it feels the sensation that it hasn't moved, and then it feels you've picked it up. Unlike the Moto X, that you tap it or make any movement and the display turns on. As well as this display, if you touch anywhere on the screen, the thing will activate, which makes a really bad situation for when you put it in your pocket. Now don't be fooled by these two speaker-looking grills on the front. This is not a dual speaker setup. The music only comes out of this one. Now aesthetically, that's kind of a mistake. I mean, you guys have two cutouts here. Why not just do it? This is a new phone. Alright, now performance on this phone was amazing day one, and for the past 6 days it's been alright, but I've noticed day by day it's been getting a little bit more sluggish and getting kind of bogged down. And don't get me wrong, games still run really smooth, apps run great, Chrome is fine, except I'm talking about when switching from app to app is getting more and more strenuous, and you can see the delay in going home and going back. Alright, let's talk battery life. This phone has a 2700 milliamp hour battery, and other viewers are saying that the battery life is very good. As you can tell from my other video that I'll post a link for in the description, the first couple of days have been really bad with battery life, and my first day it was, you know, dead by noon. It was really strange. But since then, some other strange things have been happening in the background that the battery manager has not reported. And one day it said that Chrome was actually wasting the most battery. But screen on time has always been top. Today it has been pretty good. Still only an hour, you know, and I've got 66% battery life. And that's to be expected. I know this battery is smaller than others. And that also does kind of show for Snapdragon 808 processors. This one and the Moto X Pure are not the best on battery. Alright, as for this phone's camera, the lens is a 12.3 megapixel Sony lens, and it takes very good pictures, but you guys can check up on the DxOMark website yourself. Top 5 cameras that are out right now in a Nexus device, which is very surprising. And the camera UI is a new one in Marshmallow, as you can tell. It's a lot more easier to navigate, get everything here, and they have a swipe up and down, or back and forth rather, for video shooting or camera. And although it doesn't have optical image stabilization and 12 megapixels is rather low, everything looks amazing. I'll post some picture samples right now. Now, if I were to go on a little rant right now on my list of cons, it would have to be something to the tune of, why is it that the fingerprint scanner on the back is so fast, but it requires me to have a pattern to unlock? Why can't I have both? The screen is a great size, but it's LCD instead of AMOLED, like the Nexus 6P. Why can't you have that so you can have better battery saving on the always-on screen? 2 cutouts for the speaker grills, yet only one is for music. Why can't we have dual front-facing speakers? The always on screen is nothing like Motorola's version of the always on screen and only works when you pick it up. And on the always on screen, you can touch anywhere in the screen to activate it. Wouldn't it be a good idea to have only one area, just like Motorola? Google said they would have always on listening while the device is off, yet it doesn't work. Why is that? USB Type-C to Type-C cable included, but not Type-C to Type-A, just like is included with the Nexus 6P. That cable's like $2. The battery diagnostic tool that's built into Marshmallow is supposed to be better than Lollipop, but I think it's slightly worse. Now call quality was very good too, but every 10 seconds I would hear a tiny little clipping noise in my earpiece no matter who I talked to or what carrier they were. I'm currently on AT&T, but this didn't happen with any other phone I've used, and it's a tiny little clipping noise. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's just enough to bug you. Now it may sound like I'm hating on this device, and I'm not. It's got a lot of things going for it, but I feel like all these cons are just missed opportunities, you know, to make it a great real Nexus device, one that we've never really had. And I feel like all these shortcomings are maybe leaning you to buy the Nexus 6P because it does make up for a lot of these things. And as I said before, this phone has a lot of things going for it. It's really powerful, it's really quick, it's very reliable. I love the feel in the hand, the material. You know, the 5.2-inch screen is the sweet spot. But you gotta ask yourself, is it the phone I love or is it Marshmallow? Alright guys, thanks for watching. And if you made it to the end of the video, we're gonna be doing a giveaway. Now, we're gonna give away 10 coupon codes for these 2-in-1 micro USB or Lightning flat noodle double-sided USB cables. So all you have to do is subscribe to my channel and like this video, and we're giving away 10 coupon codes to get these for free. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.